Okay. One of the things, if you want to stop people's oppressive power on you, is if you take and just a piece of paper and write their complete name. How about if we just say, mean lady at work? Okay. What we want to do is really build a pyramid of decrease to take her influence off of us. So if this is her complete name, just mean lady at work is what I'm using, then the next line, I just want to drop the M, and I still am writing mean lady at work, but I'm literally dropping the first letter. In the next one, I'm dropping the second letter, and I'm actually losing symbolically the influence off of whoever is mean or lying or destructive in the workplace, and I'm still thinking about sending them a better job. I'm not annihilating them. Okay, so I just go right ahead, okay, and continue to write this, and then it gets down to lady at work or whatever her name is, and then 80 at work, and then DY at work, and then at work, whatever their name is, the W, the ORK, whatever their listing of their name is. Finally, you come down to the last letter of their name, and then put a 0. Okay? What you want is the mean lady's influence to literally die off of your life. And because the threefold blessing, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, is the strongest power, okay, what we're doing is we're creating a pyramid of decrease. We're not casting a spell, we're not cursing, we're not condemning. We're just saying, I want this mean lady at work, her influence off of me. And as a companion saying, I want her to have a better job, or whatever you're sending. Then, whatever her name is, begin again to reverse that. So, if I'm saying mean, M-E, M-E-A, M-E-A-N, whatever her name is, write it again and reassemble her name in a pyramid that will go up. L-A-D. But all the time you're doing that, you're thinking about rebuilding their life or their situation in another location, or giving you another location, so they won't be able to use whatever negative influence that they may have or have had over your life, or hurtful, or lying about your performance, or stealing your ideas. However that goes, what we're doing is we're rebuilding their energy somewhere else. So you have the pyramid of decrease, losing one letter of their name every round, calling a 0, and then begin here at the tip of it to rebuild and rebuild their name one letter at a time. So I have actually used this technique. I recommended it to a lady 3 weeks ago, and she said, isn't there something else that I could do that I could get that negativity off of me? And I said, well, normally I don't mention this to people, but since you asked, try this. She called me yesterday and she said, they won't even speak to me now, it's glorious. I said, great. But you made sure that you rebuilt them away from you. And she said, indeed, I did. I absolutely did. Okay, so you can do this type thing, you know, to, and we're not hurting anybody. We're sending our pure intentions in and making these things happen. Okay, one of the things that I learned about years ago was one of my friends had a lady that said, if you have people that are negative or hurtful or trying to manipulate you, then what you can do is freeze, literally freeze their influence off of you. So she began to tell me what this woman had told her. And I said, wow, that's interesting. And what she did is she had taken a business card of somebody that was stealing her business, the original lady that found this ceremony. And she took their business card and she put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the very back of all the foodstuffs in the freezer. So no one would ask, why is this business card in the freezer? And every day she would open the freezer and say, God, I want their influence off of me. Bless them to their highest reward, their business elsewhere, but I want their influence off of me. So just in a matter of days, that person received a notice that they had an old job that wanted them back, and they left the location where they'd been user-friendly to my friend's friend. And she said that I went and looked in that freezer at that name and realized my intentions, and this was years ago, before the Secrets, in the mid-90s, that I used that intention of prayer to stop the influence, and it literally did stop the influence. One of the other things that you can do is, actually I had someone else that had some conflict with a cheating husband, and they actually knew the name of the woman they were seeing, and they asked me, is there any ceremony of prayer, anything I can do? I said, I'll tell you what, if you write down the name of that woman, you box it up in a Ziploc bag, and you put it in the freezer, that relationship will chill. So she said, that sounds pretty crazy to me. I said, well, try it. But your prayer is what ignites this to work. So saying that, write down her name, put it in the freezer, and sure enough, in 2 weeks she called back and she said, you know, that woman began to tell everyone suddenly that my husband was leaving me, divorcing me, and marrying her. And when he heard of that, he dumped her and asked for forgiveness and put the life that we have in our family back together. And she said, I went to the freezer and I thank God for our family coming together. But she said, then I tossed that and threw it away. See, we're not wishing evil. People have their right to their own decisions. We're just asking, for help.